It's time to start, guys. First, thank you, FX Street, for having me here. As always, it's a pleasure for me. Second, I want to wish you Merry Happy New Year. Merry Christmas is over already, but Happy New Year 2015. I hope and wish you have a fantastic year of trading and health, family, and wealth on every aspect. So today it's 19th of January 2015. I'm gonna start with something that is history. This happened the last week. Is already, everybody. I know you know that. It's the news that the Swiss National Bank is not going anymore to support the floor on the Euro Swiss of 120. And look at this. I mean, look at this, guys. It's something speechless. That's why in trading anything can happen. It has been proven over and over and over and over. Thank you, guys. Over and over and over. It happened. I remember the 2011 the tsunami on Japan. I have seen 15 minutes candle of 300 pips. But this thing today, last week, was something I never seen. It's normal, nobody's seen. So it's something really, not really unexpected, but it's impossible to measure, impossible to know exactly how and when it's going to happen. So the last week, Swiss National Bank goes and says, this is the 15th, Thursday. It says, we are not going to defend 120 on the Euro Swiss. So let's see what happens. So, boom, it broke. This is FXTM market scope. We have a down move here of 2,300 pips, more or less. It depends on the broker and also on the bid and ask. It's a good idea if you want to check that. It's interesting to see that because I saw some brokers who was quoting like 6,000 pips or 3,000 pips till 0.85 or something like that. La massacre, absolutely massacre. This was blood on the streets. I mean, a couple of things, very interesting things. I remember I was viewing on the brokers. I share a lot of the order book on the brokers. I remember that on one broker, not gonna say which one, doesn't matter really, we have 96% of the people long Euro Swiss. All right, 96% of their traders were long Euro Swiss. So the number was growing higher and higher. Why? Because the retail trader have a tendency to go counter trend. So they were buying euro dollar, and euro dollar was going down. So they were thinking, okay, I'm gonna buy Euro Swiss because the Swiss National Bank is defending 120. Okay, but the Swiss National Bank is not stupid, all right? And this is what happened because this is the line, all right? You have the SNB in one side, and you have everybody else on the other side. So what happens is that now more than ever, the people with money, it's looking for, and the money itself, it's looking for a safe haven. And the Swiss franc is considered as a safe haven. So big amounts of money were the reserve of Swiss. Everybody was buying Swiss francs and buying it with dollars, euros, pounds, yens, and so on, with other currencies. Right? So what happened is that when the ECB is also saying QE, right? quantitative easing, that means printing money, and with that money buying sovereign bonds in other things, and that means that they print euros. Then they go to Switzerland and they say, we want Swiss francs and we want your gold and we want your bonds, right? So this was not because the Swiss national franc, we know that has a lot of money. That's the reality, because in Switzerland, it's like the bank of the world. They have a lot of money, right? Because the security and the protection, they have all the history of high security. So, but it's impossible. No, nobody has unlimited resources. I remember they said unlimited. This is quoted: unlimited resources. We're gonna defend blah 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 the 120. It's not true. Unlimited. There is nothing unlimited in this world. So when the ECB says QE and everybody else, and so they say no, we are not going to be the other one on the trade. We are not going to be because these guys are going to break our money. Is going to break our bank. So they stop defending it. They lose it, and now it's 120. It's broke. Exactly, Mohan. So it's not a bad move because on my opinion, it's they need to do that sooner or later, because if not, they were going to lose more money later. So we have good and bad news. Good news is that volatility is rising and Euro Swiss is again a pair to trade, right? Because I remember trading Euro Swiss back on 2010, 2011 and 10, sorry. But then suddenly, boom, stop it, and nobody was trading this pair. So now Swiss pairs are going to trade. And the amazing thing is this capitulation we have here. So my expectation, I'm gonna look at all the Swiss pairs. Yes. No, I mean, it's not a good trade. I mean, why? Because yes, you have the bank of Carlos says buying 120, but this is a downtrend, has been a downtrend for since the euro versus the Swiss was on a downtrend, more on the crisis, 2008. This is the high on the crisis, and it was getting so strong that after this extreme selling climax here, they say we are going to cap 120. But now it's not. And then you know what happened? The euro was exactly like the Swiss, right? If the euro was going up, if euro dollar was going up, dollar Swiss was going down. Let's look at it, right? This was an uptrend, forget about that. This is like the contrary of euro dollar. It was pegged on the other currency pairs. But after this, it's not anymore. Pegged, right? Now Swiss is completely on its own. As you can see, the dollar Swiss here. It's amazing chart. Irrational at its best. What happened is this is what we call a liquidity gap. For the people who don't understand, this is daily chart. Let's look at 5-minute chart. It's best. People do not understand how this happens. How it's going down with no volume. You can see here how many ticks. This is tick volume, but 600 trades only on this bar. And this bar is 200 pips. The next bar, look, it's 300 ticks. Okay, this is tick volume. So only 260 trades here, and it moved 1,200 pips. Why? Because the value, this is what we call liquidity gap. Liquidity gap, right? Because the best buyer, the only guy who is offering, okay, you want to buy or sell euro dollar? It's here, euro Swiss, sorry, it's here, suddenly, right? Nobody inside this, nobody want to do anything. So it goes automatically to that price because there is nobody here. There is nobody willing to buy or sell on the box, right? So amazing. I don't know if you took something or if you were long Euro Swiss or if you lose a lot of money. I'm sorry about it. This is a lesson for everybody to have in mind that anything can happen. A good idea also for you to don't have all the money with the broker. Like, don't do that. Don't have all your fund or your wealth on one broker. Don't do that because it's not a good idea because this thing can happen and the broker can go broke. Exactly. You need to have several. You don't want to have all your net worth or a big account with one broker because the broker can go broke. Nothing is 100% sure. Carlos is asking, do you think the chart was signaling several tests to the 120 area showing weakness and a possible break on the area, Euro Swiss? I suppose hindsight is 2020. Pan says didn't trade it back, luckily had several brokers. Good. Carlos, I think it was a bit expected because some brokers the broker I trade, I'm not gonna say it, but was saying from October, from last year, they say leverage on Euro Swiss down to because maybe it broke. They say that and they put the leverage to 110. Okay, it's a Swiss broker. It's a Swiss broker, and they know that it can broke. Let's look at 15 minutes, and I will look for some clues. But if you look here for some clues, Carlos, it's very hard to. This is before it happened. This price action is all noise. It's very hard to know. It's 4 pips. This is 4 pips. It's very hard to know this. We have a spike here on December, 86 pips. All right. But it's hard to know. Maybe this gives some idea, like you have a spike, people take profit, and the river it's down already. It's like, no, the main thing is down. It's very 120, but I don't think it was easy to know, very hard to know. The main thing I noticed for me was the order books of the broker. When I see 96% long, it's like 100% was long. Who is the other 4%? Is the Swiss National Bank, right? Nobody expected this. Nobody. I was long dollar Swiss. Linda says I was long dollar Swiss with a very tight stop and it worked, so I lost just a little. All right, great. It must have spiked up, then down. Good luck for that. I mean, you were lucky. Yes, yes. Don't believe that we know. Carlos is saying the contrarian were right this time. The statement then because they went against the statement of the Swiss National Bank. Absolutely, absolutely. So guys, also, so for example, FXTM, they say now they owe 200 millions. They are now somebody is lending them 300 millions, blah, blah, blah. Now the clients, I mean, it's bullshit. Brokers, they have savings and more this kind of broker, FXTM. It's a big broker. It's not going to go broke because if it's a broker with a big client list, somebody is going to go and buy the broker firm. So it's not gonna go broke. One thing I think is if you have a negative equity on accounts, the broker is the one who needs to pay or at least reach some agreement, right? Because on the fine print, you can lose only what you have on the account. on this kind of accounts. And also you can look that FXTM in the past has is putting an example. I don't have anything against them, but you can see that they have penalties for bad feelings, requotes, bad feelings, requotes against the clients, right? So nobody is, All right, so let's get started with the pairs. On my opinion, what I want to do, I want to buy Swiss francs, obviously. I want to buy gold. I want to buy dollars. I want to buy safe havens. Not now, obviously, the market is not going to ignore this thing because the market is going to retrace. Obviously, it's normal, right? So we have a retracement of 435 pips, but it's nothing. Where we can sell this again? Where we can sell this again? I want to go short Euro Swiss. That's a big, good thing, Carlos. Before we get into technical again, it's asking how about the massive dump of FXTM shares before the SNB statement? This is, call it however you want, inside information, hindsight, or I don't know if it was before. I think it was more or less at the same time, right? One guy on my office bought FXTM at 120, $1. $1. It was already falling. Yeah, a little bit. It was already falling. That's true. Call it however you want, but yeah, but the big sell-off, it was on, I think it was after. Let me check because this is something interesting. Let me check. This was already falling. This is Friday. Today is Martin Luther King. There is no trading. So no, it was falling 5:30. No, it was after, Carlos? Maybe pre-market. It was something pre-market, some action pre-market here, but it was after the statement, I think. I will double check that anyway. One guy on the trading on my trading desk bought at $1 and they halted the trading. It was halted by the New York Stock Exchange. Yeah, and he has some stocks halted. Like now it's up again. 100% he's making a good trade, good money. So let's focus, guys. I want to sell Euro Swiss. Where do you think I want to sell it? It's not, we don't have this is the historical low, I think. So I'm gonna look for fresh levels to my left. This is the only level I want to go short. Is the 1-1. And in this kind of, when you have this kind of action, when you don't have anything, reference, any reference point, you can go and throw a Fibonacci retracement from the high and the low, and try to go short in one of the levels, right? This is not the best. I mean, this is not the best I like, but people is gonna put orders here. People is gonna put sell orders on these levels. I prefer to go short here, obviously, but you can go and try to go and short this pair. If you are not an experienced trader, don't do it. Don't trade this pair now because the average range, I think, is 200 pips a day, right? So if you trade it, trade with very small stops, very small stop, but a small stop here can be 50 pips now. Small size, I mean, because there's a lot of volatility. Small size and small stops, and big stops, sorry, because 50 pips, it's how it is. So I recommend going short 110, round number if you do that, and maybe one of the fib levels from the candle that breaks the 120. But take a lot of care now. I'm going to look at And if you want to buy it, but guys, be ultra cautious, right? I will buy above this high, the breakout. This is the 1024. Looking for a retracement, all right? And the first target should be the 0.328 FIB. All right, so we have the plan already on the Euro Swiss. Let's focus on the other pairs because I don't recommend to trade this too much. Looking at dollar Swiss, for example, it can be a good long for a retracement. Let me find for some levels. You can write any questions. Meanwhile, this was a good level to go long today. Here. Let's go back to daily. Again, 1 day high. All right. Guys, very small size on this and put a bigger stop loss, 20, 30, 40 pips because it's more volatility. Yeah, Carlos, it has been good so far in 1 hour. Yeah, absolutely. It's normal that you have some. The market is not going to ignore this. It's not going to go down infinite. It needs to breathe. It needs to breathe, right? It's like need to breathe. It's the rhythm. But again, what is the main side is the short. This is not a bad level to go short. 92.69. Or if you are long from here to take profit and reverse. Let's make it round 9 to 50. Why? Why, guys? Why do you think it sounds crazy, like going short? It sounds, but first, the Swiss franc is strong. It's how it is. It's gonna be a safe haven, right? And because this is market price action, this is how it is. This is how market moves always. You have a big move down. You have a pullback. And then you have a retest of the low 90% of the time. This happens 90% of the time in every time frame, and you can check that. And then this retest to the low will give information. If we break, it will start a new downtrend. If we don't break, it can start to be the reversal of the trend to the upside, and so on. But the retest of the lows usually happens 90% of the time. It's not normal to have a V-shape reversal, it's called. But keep an eye on it. Anything can happen. So this is my plan for the dollar Swiss. Keep an eye that the dollar is also strong. Let's forget about it, the Swiss franc. Let's focus on the euro pairs. We are already looking at them. This is euro dollar daily. What I can say, I mean, it's a big downtrend. I said already on the Christmas review that I expect this year this go to parity. This year, we already broke some big levels, but we have a nice level here to take some profits. It's the 116.40. We are testing it. It can be a nice level to go long. It can be a nice level to go long. Because if all these people who is short want to take profit now, they need to buy. So that will create buying power, first of all. Second, we have 2,500 pips. It's normal that we get some pullback, right? So I'm gonna buy this level, being contrarian of everybody a little bit. Everybody's sorting the euro. I'm gonna buy it a bit, but with a lot of with careful. You know, you need to be careful. This is more or less the what we call the decision-making point. I'm gonna buy above. Yeah, if price didn't get continuation to the upside, I will put the stop below and go short again. Okay. These are for swing trading. This is the all from the old webinar. Sell below. You should be short from here. Okay. This is for going long. I'm gonna put it on yellow because this is a very big level, guys. It's from the low of 2005. Here, this low. We have a low here, very important low. We have a couple of levels here. Big lows broken. So what I'd expect is on one of these lows, we are going to retest them and then price will continue lower. But now it's normal that we have a pullback. It's completely normal. This is the main level I want to go short again, 120. Short a retest at 120.40. I put this on yellow because I want to sell below. Okay, so this is like the line on the sun, right? 116.40. But first it needs to break up and then go down, okay? You can go short targets. These are targets I want you to have in mind. 117.71, 118.75. These are targets to exit the long and be very careful because it can generate a new selling wave to the downside. Okay, guys, but keep in mind, yeah, Carlos, that's a very important area. Let me go to 4-hour chart. Yeah. Here. It's not a bad area to do a retest. But I mean, a small long now is not a bad idea because I think there is people trapped here. There is people, sellers trapped. The laggards, the people, the late, the people who is late, selling, now it's weak, now it's very weak, sell it, and now they are trapped. They will need to close buying with a loss, and also the sellers of the downtrend will need to take profit, and this generate some rally. But as soon as you see weakness, oof, run away. Linda is long the 100 simple moving average. Carlos, it can make it. It can make it. Carlos says, I think the euro dollar will make a new low before the significant pullback. Absolutely, it can make it, and more with the recent news of the Swiss and all of that, because it's going to take stop losses like this. But now I don't recommend like to buy breakouts down to the downside. I don't recommend to do that. Like selling break. Sorry, I don't recommend selling the breakouts down. It's better to sell pullbacks. Okay, because it's an easy trade. Of course, John, we need to wait for the news. But sometimes when the news are out, the price is already. It's very important, but you want to take a bit of a position before the news. The price is already discounting that. Of course, this can pick some stop losses of the buyers. Okay, so this is the euro dollar. All right. Another big level also is to short at this retest. 2 to 4. Keep in mind that the big trend, it's down. All of these are correction moves. Correction moves, okay? It's normal. It's not a change on the trend. Let's look at the euro yen fast. This is the euro yen. We have a failure to continue up here to the upside. First sign of worry. Gap on Christmas, gap down, and continuation. This is weakness. If somebody trade equities or whatever, gap down and continuation is weakness. The idea is also for you to learn something. If somebody gap and it doesn't close the gap, continue down, it's big weakness. Exactly. So, big sell-off. We tried to buy on some places because the yen was a bit, it's on a downtrend also, but the euro was weaker. The euro was weaker. This is another confirmation also. What kind of pullback is that on a... If this is an uptrend, this is the pullback. But now it's this different. Now this green bar is the pullback. It's a downtrend now. So, same thing. It reached support at 134. It fell 1,500 pips. For me, it's weak. We want to be sellers of the euro yen as for now, but keep in mind it's a tricky pair because the yen is also weak. The yen is on a big time frame downtrend. So we can get some rally if the pullback of the euro on all the pairs comes now. This is for me the place to go short. The area. Okay. Then we want to go short a breakdown support. Okay. And for going long, it's not easy to get a price on daily chart for going long a fresh level. So I'm going to go down to 1 hour. This is 1 hour chart. You can see that on 1 hour it's looking as an uptrend already. That's why it's tricky. So it's not easy. Maybe this decision-making point 136 is not a bad idea to buy a retest here to go long in idea of getting the pullback of the euro. With a small stop, guys. Very small stop. Exactly, Carlos. With the news, what happens is that the news is like the catalyst, but it's already the strong hands are already positioned. They have already their positions on the good side. Exactly, and it's very hard. It's late to get after the news, but I think what is going to happen, they are gonna say we are going to print these euros to buy these things and blah 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 blah. But the market, it's gonna, I don't know what is going to happen. It can either make a new low, or it can either do some pullback. Let's look at how it's on some brokers. For example, this one. I always show this to you guys. It's nothing new for you. Right? Look, now 42% of the people is long the euro dollar. Right? So, what do you want to do? You're right. 42% of the people is long the euro dollar. So it's not a bad buy. Buy a retest on the euro yen. Let's move on. Here at 136,222. If you want to buy here, or if you want to buy the breakout of the highs with the small stops, if you see momentum on London Open or New York Open, it's not a bad idea. Yes, Jay. Yes, it's not a bad trade. Let's focus, but keep in mind that you don't know when, but sometime in the future, big boys are going to hit strong the sell on the euro. Carlos is asking, Carlos, what was your market New Year's resolution? Mine was to consider the impact of fundamentals on short-term ops. I don't get operations or opportunities, and to pay attention to the news 0.1% of the time, even less than 2014. I mean, the New Year trading resolution is just keep doing things good. Share the knowledge with the people who want to learn. Try to improve my trading routines, pre-trading routine and after trading routine. Eat good, exercise, meditate, that kind of things outside of trading, but they influence the trading. Let's look at Euro Aussie. This is Euro Aussie. Let's do all the Euro and then we move. You can see that the Euro Aussie is looking worse for going long. It's looking a bit worse, but you can get some price action up. So this is the area for going short and going long. This is the decision making point. I will wait for a breakout first above with a stop and reverse. But don't get crazy. If you have 3 or 4 trading losses, stop trading that day because it's going to be a whipsaw day. It's not going to be clear. All right. And then I want to go short below the momentum low here, 140. Big number, right? Short below 140, but we don't know when it's going to happen. So I want to buy above 142.27 with a stop and reverse. And then for going short, a retest, it's hard to say. We have some supports here that were broken. Now it's fresh resistance around the 43 area. Or maybe a retest to the 155, 45. Okay, this is the Euro Aussie. Let's see the Euro Pound, and we move on. We should be short this level, but the price action has been not very clean. Not very clean. Thanks, Carlos. The first level is the 77.16, 65, sorry. This is a level I want to watch out. But for going long here, I don't see anything that one day high, but this has been already broke. Let's go down to 1 hour. Not very good price action. And now I'm going to go back to the pound because the pound is very interesting. So this is the decision-making point. What I want to do here, it's First, if the euro is breaking higher on all the pairs and going up with speed, with momentum, I will be looking to buy above with a small stop, right? But if, you know, it's very simple trading, but it's hard, but it's simple. You want to have a rule-based approach. If you get a stopper out and price is going down again, you want to stop and reverse. Okay, on 0.7765. Linda is long. Let's look at some questions. Do you think Aussie dollar has the potential to reach? It's a good question. Let me look at it. 1 second. To reach 85.50. Aussie dollar. We're gonna look at the Aussie dollar now. Linda is long euro pound from 76.60. It's a good trade, Linda. Let it ride if you have a bullish price action 70.60. So you're long from here. Not bad. Let it ride if you see that the price action is behaving as you expect. And Jay Corell is asking, do you think going short on the Aussie dollar long is a good trade? Going short the Aussie, long the dollar is a good trade. Let's look at Aussie dollar. This is Aussie dollar daily chart. On previous webinars, I remember perfectly. I don't like to predict, no, I don't want to feel my ego or give anything to my ego, but levels to have in mind. These levels are magnets, and it's how it works. It's nothing new. I didn't invent it. So price reached a bit below. Sellers need liquidity to close. Right? Here it's people willing to do business. People means liquidity, means you can close the trade with a profit. Right? Why it's people and liquidity? Because everybody is looking at these levels. So what happens? Price go there, trade a bit below the level, below resist support. People go short and the sellers absorb that. Okay, people go short and the people take profit, and we start to have some move up. But this is not very strong, guys. Not very strong. This is the trend change point. I'm gonna put it on yellow. For me, above this line, it's an uptrend, but it's not confirming. The price action is not confirming. I will answer to the question later. Massimo, please. 1 sec. Let's look at the Aussie dollar. So, having this on mind, the idea is the sellers will want to sell again because they made a good amount of money. You can see the volume, it's good volume, it's activity, but you don't see continuation, you don't see this rallying a lot. So for me to go in short, I will try to sell a pullback or I will try to sell a retest. We have a level here that is fresh. I would like to sell a retest at 83. Wait 1 sec. But again, if these start to get momentum up, mainly because gold is also now getting some strength. This is gold. We're going to talk about it now. This can get some momentum up and it will be already making higher highs and higher lows. So it will be an uptrend. I need to be disciplined on it. So I will need, if I go short here and I get a stopper out, I will try to go long till the next big level. right? When I will like to go short, this is this is a better level to go short. You need to be flexible. 85.40, it's not a bad level to do a retest, but if it's going up like an uptrend, you will may want to wait for a failure and then a move down. But the key question is this: you want to do a stop and reverse, because we will be on an uptrend, but this is weak, and my main idea is to try to get a sell on this pair. I hope that answered the idea, Jay. I think it's a good trade. One sec. Carlos is asking, perhaps 2 daily inside bars means recoiling of the most recent direction, ready to attempt an impulsive move above the level of $. Maybe, it may be. Let me go down to... The thing is, you can see that still there is a good amount of selling. Good amount of selling. There is some buying also getting it, but there is a good amount of selling. Because why? Why? Because you can see here, 1, 2, 3. How many candles here? 20 candles, 25. In 25 hours, what the buyers make it on 25 hours, the sellers made on 6 or 7 hours. This is like a battle. This is a war going on versus buyers and sellers. It's a war. So what team is stronger? What team is stronger, right? No follow through. Yeah, exactly. There is no follow through. There is no follow through, but there is either no follow through to the upside. So the battle is you have the winner team are the sellers, but the buyers are also now fighting back. So watch out for the sellers to get tired, to disappear, and then the rally come down. But look at this, for example. This is weakness, in my opinion. It's a coiling pattern. It can broke to the upside also, but showing weakness a bit. No continuation above the trend change point. It's this high. Right? So mixed signals. Inside bars, you can trade intraday above the highs and the lows of the daily candles, but main direction is short on the long term. I want also to sell a breakdown here, and then we move to the next pair. It will mean a new leg down. Sorry, gonna answer. Massimo asks, when do you think the euro dollar will go down again? Is this pullback to mainly to American holidays, and therefore tomorrow euro dollar will go back down hard? Could you better explain what you mean by trapped sellers? Yes, I can do. Massimo, American holidays, it has something to do, but Forex is 24-hour market over the counter, so I don't know if tomorrow euro dollar will go back down. That's not. I don't know the future. It's not. It's impossible to know. I trade with technicals. I'm gonna explain. Trapped sellers means people go short at a very bad price. They are trapped. Let's say people go short here. A lot of people go short on this box. A lot. So they are trapped on negative. They are losing a negative amount, 146 pips. What happens is that as the more this goes up, the more they are on pain, they will close the positions, and there will be another smart trader on the other side who go and say, okay, sell to me, and they will go and go short, right? We need to wrap up. That is trapped sellers. Gonna do a fast view on the Gold, guys. Gold, we have a very important level here. It's the 123.8. Very big barrel here. 1023, sorry, 238. Yeah, that's correct. So above that, you want to be a buyer. We tested 125. We broke above this high. It has been tested on intraday to the peep. Here, the high. So gold can be a nice buy. Try to get a pullback to this level, 123.80. And let me look at pound dollar because I want to show you this. Euro dollar was going down like crazy, but not pound dollar. So pound dollar is more on a range thing. It can be a good long this year if we start to get some buyers on pound dollar. What else we are missing? Dollar yen. Beware, we have a big high here. Sorry guys, because gonna do it fast because we have a high here. 1 minute, admin, please. The 117.93, big level. I will trade this at sell below and buy above. That will be the line on the sun on the dollar, okay? Yes, Carlos, I agree. It can be through this coil in the Aussie dollar. So guys, I see you in the next webinar. I need to wrap up. The next guy is gonna speak now. So thanks everybody to be today with me. Sorry because I went a bit fast. We missed some pairs, but mainly pullback on the dollar and keep an eye on the euro. Control the risk, follow some rules, have a plan, guys, and let the plan be your savior. Be the plan, be your weapon. Thank you, everybody. I see you on the next webinar. No, Carlos is welcome. No apologies for the. I love people who is participative. No apologies. Thank you at all. I see you in the next one. Thank you, Jay. Thank you, Mohan. Thank you, Linda. Thank you, Linda, everybody. It has been a pleasure for me. It was recorded. I see you in the next webinar, guys. Have a nice day, everybody. Bye-bye.